Janine Elf with Everything Sing, and I want to share with you a lot of the things I've learned along the way in this amazing life, and as a teacher of voice and also piano, but primarily voice, and I've also sung professionally and led choirs and performed in many different types of venues and events and recorded a CD, and I want to share with you today a little bit about why some of you might have a struggle with singing. My last two episodes were part 1 and 2 of why we sing, and now I'm going to cover some issues that might keep you from why you want to sing, and that would be vocal issues. There's a term in the medical or pathology world they use that's called dysphonia, and dysphonia basically means a change in the voice quality, hoarseness, inability to sing, inability to have any volume, lots of things. And boy, there's so many different things that can cause that. You could have, acid reflux that can cause laryngeal disorders, and that's they call it the laryngeal because that's what's around the vocal folds. And the vocal folds are actually managed by muscles around that area. So really, a lot of things happen, I believe, from tension. And people struggle with their voice, and they don't know what's causing the problem when they are singing, or if they've been overusing the voice. And it is really not that hard to remedy for most things. Some other ways that you might cause problems with your voice would be illnesses. You might have had surgery in the vocal area if they've intubated you, which means they put a breathing tube down that can injure the vocal folds. So there's a lot of physical things, even diseases like Parkinson's or some other kind of paralysis of the vocal cords that can cause problems as well. But primarily, I think, and colds and flus and boy, what's some other overuse of the voice, infections, allergies. That's pretty common. People get allergies and then they feel like they can't sing. Smokers often complain about being able to sing. They complain because they can't sing like they used to because of the damage from the smoke. But these are all things really that can be remedied. You can change those things, and even with the overall health of your body can affect your voice or your voice quality. Hypothyroid, dehydration, that's a huge one. So they can cause, raspiness, hoarseness, strain where you feel like you have to use too much effort, breathy, weak voice, pitch issues, volume change, pain or discomfort in your throat, or you feel like you have a scratchy throat. Those are all just little signs that tell you, hey, something needs to change. And sometimes you need someone else to help you figure out what that is. A lot of times when people are wanting to learn how to sing, they immediately set themselves up for tension. And if you do a lot of that over time, like I have done, you will strain your voice. When I was young, I sang with the all-nation choir. I was 17 years old, toured with them. I was the soloist. And unfortunately, after we left Carnegie Hall in New York City, and we did our recording there, I was no longer able to sing the solos because I had laryngitis. And that laryngitis occurred because I assumed at the time it was because I wasn't sleeping enough. Staying up all night, we were having a lot of fun. We toured Europe and sang all over and sang all day long. And then we didn't sleep and we didn't really eat good. And so there's a lot of stressors. They were good stresses, but they were stressors. And those things caused me to have laryngitis. And I was young. So after that, I thought, okay, I need to sleep. And I did sleep during that trip, and discovered that my voice began to come back. So I thought it was just strictly because of not sleeping enough, but actually it wasn't. It probably was a combination of all those things I mentioned. So over the years, I used to get bronchitis. I would totally lose my voice when I would get bronchitis. Then I learned better techniques, and I learned how to not create tension. I learned to pay attention to what I was feeling in my body when I was creating tension or I was getting hoarse. And so I just started paying attention to all those stressors, and over the years, now I'm much older than 17. I'm a grandma, and my grandkids, I love to sing with them. It's so fun. But, it doesn't matter because now I actually have better technique. I don't have the issues I had when I was younger, but I have come upon some other things like losing some of my top range and having a little less control, even though I know how to sing around a raspiness. So those things I'm having to work with. And one of the things I think would be really common, if you're an older singer, you're going to find that it isn't really so much your body or your hormones or you're getting older, as it is that the muscles aren't as toned. And you have to tone those muscles back up. And if you're not doing that and you're kind of taking it for granted, you're definitely going to have vocal issues. So that is something that you can remedy pretty easily by just warming up your voice gently every day and just starting out slow and keeping it simple and light. There's some great exercises called semi-occluded exercises, which are basically partially closed, that you can do that will warm up your voice beautifully. And the easiest one of all is humming. Humming with your mouth closed, and you're just making a light humming sound. You should feel like a little tickle or a little buzz in the area behind the nose. But other than that, you don't want to push it. You don't want to force it anywhere. You just want to feel like it's light and easy and hum to yourself. And if you just hum to a song you really enjoy, 3-4 minutes, and then try singing it with the words, and you'll be amazed at how much easier it is to sing after you've hummed and created blood flow to the muscles around the vocal folds. And that's a great way to start out. Singing is definitely an athletic endeavor. So most people don't think of it as athletic, but it is. And there are muscles involved, and there is ways of increasing that endurance so you can sing longer without getting tired, and you can learn to sing without pushing or without causing issues that might make you more tired. So I just wanted to kind of cover that today about things that could keep you from singing, because if you feel uncomfortable in your voice or you're unhappy with the way it sounds because you've lost control or it's gotten raspy or it doesn't feel good anymore, those are things I'm going to cover in my workshop, and I am going to have a workshop coming up. You can check out my website at janineelf.com. That is spelled JANINEELF, and I will have postings there about the workshops that are coming up. And really, these workshops are geared towards all levels. Whether you're a beginner or you're a seasoned professional, you'll definitely get something out of the workshops, and I hope you would join me if you're interested in exploring and learning and having fun discovering your voice and how to sing just for the fun of it, right? And the joy that it brings. And that's really, I think, the main reason most of us sing is because it is fun. And so I hope to see you again, or you may hear me again on the next podcast, and have a great day. Happy singing. Hey, if you're really getting something out of this podcast, please share it with your family and friends or anyone that you think would benefit from hearing it. And if you could leave a 5-star rating, that would be awesome. You can spread the word far and wide and have everybody singing with us. Okay, thanks so much for joining me.